Hey, and welcome back to Small Trees. My brother is redoing his yard, and he asked me to come get a Japanese maple that was in the flower bed. It's really too late in the season to be collecting trees, but I thought I could show the best way to collect a tree from the wild and the aftercare to give it the best chance to survive. Trees like Japanese maples will sometimes display unique physical characteristics, like an unusual leaf color or leaf shape. This trait is not carried through seed, and so the only way to reliably reproduce it is to take cuttings of the mother plant. If the characteristic becomes popular enough, it's usually given a name and then it's referred to as a cultivar. This tree was originally some form of lace leaf maple. The problem with cultivars such as this one is that they often don't grow very well on their own roots. The solution to this is to graft a branch from a cultivar that you want onto the base of a normal tree of that species. However, sometimes the cultivar will die for one reason or another, and you're left with a base like this one that has sprouted normal-looking Japanese maple leaves. The tools I recommend to bring with you when collecting trees are a shovel, a pair of branch cutters, a root saw if you have one, and a sawzall. Begin by using the shovel to dig a circle around the tree. I really don't want to disturb the roots here any more than I have to, so I'm going out about 16 inches from the base all around. When you finish, make a second circle outside of the first one and remove the dirt between the two so that you have a small trench. I want to take a moment here to thank everyone for the overwhelming support. This started really as a way for me to keep track of what I was doing in the garden, and it's quickly become something more. I sincerely thank you for watching, and I hope you're finding some form of enjoyment from the videos. Now that you have a trench, use your root saw, branch cutters, and sawzall as needed here to cut through any roots in the trench. Work your way under the base of the tree as methodically as you can. You don't want to disturb the root ball any more than you have to. These rules apply even during the proper collecting season, but they're especially important now that the tree is fully in leaf and it's very susceptible to a loss of water uptake ability. Continue to work around the tree, gently pushing on the trunk occasionally to feel where the remaining anchor roots lie. At this point, if you have a friend to help you, it makes the process a lot easier. They can push on the tree or the shovel while you use branch cutters to sever the remaining roots. The tree is now free. However, collecting it was the easy part. The aftercare that we give it will determine if it lives or dies. When collecting out of season, like I am today, it's best to disturb the tree as little as possible. I'm not going to bare root it or try to fit it into a grow box. Instead, I'm planting it into the ground where I'll leave it for at least the rest of the year. It'll have its best chance to recover here. Anytime that you collect a wild tree or Yamadori, it's probably best to keep it out of direct sunlight for at least a few weeks. The reason for this is because you've just drastically reduced the amount of roots that the tree can use to drink water. However, the leaves will still continue to lose water via transpiration, which is evaporation of water through the pores in the leaves. Up to 99% of water picked up by the roots is lost through transpiration. This soil is nutrient poor, so I'm going to add some soil on top to encourage lateral root growth. If the tree lives, and it's not guaranteed by any means, I will take a closer look at the roots next year. For the remainder of this year though, the tree will stay here. This location receives dappled sunlight during the day, and it should be a nice place for the tree to recover. Make sure to water the tree well. We don't want any remaining feeder roots to dry out. This planting looks messy, and it is, but because this is not its final resting place, hopefully, appearance doesn't matter here. One important thing remains. Remember what I said about leaves and water loss? This tree was cut back this spring because the top died, and it responded with all of this new growth. While some growth is important, too much will imbalance the tree and cause more water loss than the roots can handle. I'm reducing some of this new growth to help prevent that. Really quickly, I wanted to respond to some of the feedback I received about my voice being quiet. I've tried to turn it up some to make it easier to hear, but I'm not a loud person by nature, and I'd like to keep these videos as relaxing as possible. Thanks for understanding as I try to improve. I probably should have removed more foliage to be safe, but this will be an experiment, and I'll update as the tree changes for better or worse. We'll all have to be patient to see what kind of potential the trunk and Nabari have. If you don't mind, liking and subscribing make a big difference, and they motivate me to make more videos in the garden. Thanks for watching this one. Until next time.